6 years ago I started a permaculture food forest in the garden. It was completely eroded. Only with grass would grow in the rainy season, and for the rest nothing would ever grow. In this video I show you the result 6 years later. I then already followed the natural succession as it also occurs in nature, by first allowing the grass to grow and mow it, like a holistic management principle that was invented by Savory in Zimbabwe. By pruning the grass you stimulate the growth of the roots, you prevent the grass from aging, you build up nutrients, you build up a cover of the soil won't be burned and microbacterial life can live. That was the ultimate beginning of my food forest.
Het gras heeft eigenlijk, als je het goed bestudeert, heel veel voordelen. Het voordeel is bijvoorbeeld ook dat als er een flinke regenbui hier plaatsvindt, dat het de grond niet wegspoelt. En daarmee ook dus alle nutriënten...
This Dutch talking guy is me, explaining the benefits of grass as a start-up for the food forest to come.
Doordat ook materiaal wat vanuit de bomen valt, bladeren en dat soort dingen, worden nu vastgehouden. Die blijven liggen.
When I started this project, nearly hardly anything would grow here. The soil was completely eroded and it was nearly impossible to grow anything. Heavy mulching changed that situation. Here you see me wetting the soil and some few plants that I was planting already. Some soursops, avocado, moringa, just a few.
6 years later, the results are amazing. Welcome to this food forest that I created 6 years ago. Started with grass, as you see before. Then I put a lot of mulch and now this is the result. This mango tree gave me a lot of mangoes. During COVID I gave it away to charity organizations to feed the poor that were without food at that time, because of the situation. So this is a black pyramid bush or black Basora preto, they call it here. And this is Spanish lime or quinip. This is oregano cubano, a sweet smelling herb. Oh, I wish I could smell it. Very nice. Very nice. Basora preto. They used to be used for brooms. That's why the name Basora means broom. Then you see here more Spanish lime trees growing. But this is a place where bananas used to grow. And this is jamoen tree, Suriname, druivie Suriname as they call it here. Jamoen, Spanish lime or canipa trees. The banana. So I will prune this because the banana needs sunlight. Now it's naturally what happens here. Bananas are only temporarily in the forest. When the trees are growing bigger, the fruit trees are growing bigger, mostly the bananas are succeeded. But that's not what I want. I want to grow bananas and plantains as well. There's a tangerine tree, also shaded. They love quite some shade. Medium strata, but this is too much, so I'll prune it also. Banana again. Looks very miserable because of the lack of sunlight. So I left this forest for 9 months. When I was in East Africa, for 9 months this forest grew on its own. And last time I did some serious management was the last time I came back from Kenya the first time. There's another tamarind and pyramid bush, the Basora Kora version. This Watakeli. The Watakeli is blocking the whole sunlight for bitter leaves that's growing behind it. It's a beautiful tree. It's a local variety, local tree. It grows very nice. It's drought resistant. But it's blocking the sunlight of this bitter leaves, bitaviri. So I have to prune it because I want my bitaviri, I want my bitter leaves. That's an edible perennial vegetable that grows on trees. That's the future. See some more almond trees there. There's sourshops also. There's a pomegranate. You see the leaves. Small leaves are trying to grow back again. Not clear, it's visible on the camera, but I see it. But as soon as I will prune it, it will change, because then this tree will get some new life energy force. It will regrow again. Let us go into the forest here. There used to be a path here, but the Basora Cora, the pyramid bush, took over completely. So I will clean it. This is soursop, no fruits at the moment, but I got 40 of those trees and none of them got fruits now. You must imagine when they all 40 start to produce. This pyramid bush, the Basora Cora, and this is Basora Cora again. Beautiful flowers attract a lot of bees, so that's why I also left them. They came by their own voluntarily. They use them also as chop and drop biomass. So this coral vine, or biomass as they call it here, is taking over the forest. It's an edible, but it's not good in this place, because these are my soursop trees. They should leave them alone. Soursop and avocado, and there's a sapodilia also there. No pole here. So I remove all those coral vines. I don't take them out, I just prune them so they can regrow again and provide me biomass. I never take something out, because everything is an asset. Everything is a function and provide energy in the system. They took up a lot of photosynthesis, they took a lot of sunlight, transformed it into energy, sugars, and now the sugars will be feeding the soil bacteria by providing mulch, protecting the sunlight against the sunlight. I don't categorize plants in invasive or not, but they just provide biomass. They provide a lot of biomass. Here's an interesting case, these coconuts is an emergent. It means that he needs 100% of sunlight. So is the date also. But the biomass tree is taking over. You see, almond is a biomass. They provide nuts, of course, but we don't do anything with the nuts yet. So I have to prune those almonds to give space and light for this coconut and date tree. And also there's a banana tree behind it. They're all suffering from too much shade. So syntropic management will be pruning the biomass to give chance to the emergence. The emergence must be there on top. So I think after I prune that, they will start growing as crazy, reaching for that sunlight. So pruning is very beneficial for a system. Sapodilia tree, you see some sapodilias, just a few. They're not ready yet. This tree can be loaded with them. This is just the beginning of the season. Yeah. I cut all those brown coconut leaves, this banana, I have to liberate to take away all those brown leaves, take away the almond tree that blocks the sunlight, there's moringa there, soursop, I cut so much soursops. The grass there, the elephant grass and napier grass I will prune also, because they were meant to be as a windbreak, but now they don't function as a windbreak anymore. See the coconut tree, some almonds, water kelly I think is growing inside this neem. I will take it out also, not because I hate them, but because they provide a lot of energy in the system. There's a really entropy resistors. They will fight entropy, bringing a lot of life. This banana tree, I shall liberate the banana tree from too much canopies on top of it. I want to grow bananas also, even though they succeeded. The coral vine, Bellissima, take them out of the date tree. Yeah. Eucalyptus, I love how the skin of the eucalyptus tree is peeling off. Nice. Water kelly. Ah, Aki, Jamaican Aki. Beautiful. Karawara, what's that? That's the day tree. This is the oldest day tree I planted 6 years ago from seeds from Holland and grew into quite a big tree already. I think it will produce next year because I think they will produce every 7 years. So I might be harvesting dates next year. It will be great dates from Curacao. To prune all this brown leafy material of the bananas because I want to grow bananas as well. Yeah. There are even some plantains there. So, but I need to bring in light for this plantains. It's interesting, if I'm not mistaken, this is a local palm variety, sabal palm. It's a medicinal palm. This is for prostate problems. It came here spontaneously, so very nice addition to this forest. Noni. This is anamu or gully root, medicinal herb. This is star fruit here. These neems I will prune. I will prune this tree here, the neem also there, and this is a neem going too close to the orange tree. Also this tree I will prune. This is just biomass, this is orange. This is another carambola or star fruit. And these are two nice soursop trees. My oldest soursop trees. These were already growing here and nothing grew beside them. Nothing. They were the first pioneering with this moringa tree next to it. They gave me a lot of fruits already. But at the moment they don't have no fruit. There's a flower there. I'm able to see it, but there's a flower that will produce fruit. You can see it now. This is a calabash tree and there's some neem tree you need to prune. But I want to go this side. Star fruit again, there must be another star fruit here. This is an oldest moringa tree. Grew together with the two soursop I pointed out. This is star fruit. This is my oldest coconut tree. Look how it's creating space around itself, wow. But I have to prune this leaf because this leaf is covering this pomerac tree. So I'll prune this to give more the space, more light. See, this already producing for the first time, I must say, producing some fruit. These will be the pink sweet fruits, very sweet fruits. Pomerac. I'm glad that this one survived. Some aloe growing here. This is a calabash tree. Some noni. Thing is, I used to grow here bananas, but because the bananas are completely shaded, they're not able to grow anymore. This is a medicinal herb, day tree, neem. I will prune the neems out. They bring a lot of biomass, so and they will regrow again. Here I used to have a beautiful red banana, but it's not there anymore because of this. You see? a moringa together with almond tree and also a bush tree, pyramid bush, covering the place against sunlight. So the bananas didn't receive the sunlight anymore and left. This is interesting is this plant that grows here. Now kaiberry. Still surviving. Doesn't grow to, but it is a tropical rainforest plant. You see? But this piece of land is self-mulching already. Very nice. Maybe you can hear the sound. This is the eucalyptus making a sound because a branch broke off. Let me show you. The eucalyptus is also 6 years old. Pruned several times, but look here. Broke off. So I need to get it out of here. And I prune all those neem trees there. There's soursop, there's guava trees, more almond trees. Took a beautiful noni. Some other plant of many others. Yeah. So prune the grass. This used to be sugarcane, but all eaten by rats. Noni tree. Calabash. This herb is regulating the blood pressure, be it too high, be it too low. Very beneficial herb. Got a name at the moment. Lime tree. There used to be bananas also here. The bananas stopped growing because of the canopies, and also look here, there is the branch I was talking about, eucalyptus branch. This is a very interesting piece of the forest. Look what different canopies. Look, the almonds hanging there. There's also a tamarind tree, there's soursop, there's almond, there's aki, moringa, and this is a lot of, we call it oregano. I wish I could transport the smell on the video because they're so sweet smelling. Very nice. This is an see the thorns? Cotton silk tree. Kapok we call it also in Suriname. They say kakan tree, holy tree. I used to have more, but this one survived. Let me see if I can go through these canopies of the almond tree. Yeah. To find this. Soursop, guava, more almonds, moringa. This used to be a path, people. There's no path anymore. So I have to clear cut the path again. This is guava. More soursop, another guava here. Nopal. I was able to walk through this along. Another soursop, date. There's a coconut tree also there. So I have to clear cut this path open so that I'll be able to walk here again. See the eucalyptus tree with the branch there. It's very interesting how densely everything grows. I like this part of the forest very much, even though I wasn't able to walk here anymore, but I will cut it open. I will prune it. It will bring a new life in the forest, new growth. See a very small guava. Here's the bigger one. No soursop as I told before yet. It's very interesting to see, in nature destruction is a function. If a forest reaches a certain stage that there's no development possible anymore, then nature uses destruction to ignite new life, new possibilities, new life forces. So this eucalyptus that broke down, it's really like a message to me that it should be pruned. That's why we prune also. Pruning is our organized destruction. So I will gratefully accept this gift of Mother Nature. If you see this half-naked guy cutting trees, you wouldn't say that he loved trees the most. But yeah, he's pruning a neem tree. A neem is an invasive variety. I can understand the role of neem and invasive trees, because if the situation is very depleted, only invasive trees can take over, but here in this food forest it's not the case. So I'll use them as chop and drop material. So I'm not really hating this tree, not at all. To the contrary, I never hate a tree. But I know it will grow back and provide more biomass. That's what I'm doing here, people. A week later, after some heavy pruning work, we're here again in the 6-year-old food forest. I started this food forest as a permaculture food forest because at that time I didn't know not too much about syntropic agroforestry. The management I practiced is, however, syntropic based. This is the black pyramid bush, Basora preto, local language, Papimento. I pruned it because I had to make a way here. I must be able to walk. I pruned also the almond trees that are growing on top of the banana trees, so give the bananas another chance. Bananas were succeeded by the fruit trees, and that's normally, but I want to grow bananas as well. So that's why I cut down the almond trees, which are functioning as biomass, to make space and light for the banana trees again. There are also some Spanish lime trees growing, canipa in Papimento. This is tangerine, mandarin in Dutch language. You see a lot of pyramid bushes, Basora cora. These are medicinal herbs. This is Spanish lime, and there's a white berry, I don't know the name again. And you see the tamarind, I liberated it from the climate that was completely taking it over. Zora cora behind it, medicinal herb, a local variety. This is the watakeli. Watakeli was blocking the sunlight of the bitter leaves, bitawiri, and I completely pruned it so the bitawiri started to grow again. You see new leaf growth. Bitter leaves, a very nice vegetable, a perennial vegetable. That's the future, people. Don't have to plow, we don't have to till, we just eat the vegetables from the trees. Bitawiri, bitter leaves is a very nice example. You see how I pruned the watakeli. Okay, I made a path here. There was no path here anymore. By pruning the Basora cora, the pyramid bush. This is soursop. No soursop at the moment, but if they start producing, I got about 40 soursop trees. It will be paradise, for they're my favorite crop. I took away the coral vine, or the bellissima, as they say in the local language. Bellissima is edible also, especially the fresh leaves and the flowers can be eaten. In Asia it's a delicatessen. Nopal tree. This is interesting. This is birambi, or this is a palm tree. The birambi tree was completely shaded by this almond tree. And you see the birambi was growing to the right to get some sunlight. I pruned the almond tree, top of it, and also the coconut and date tree. Remember, the coconut and dates and this banana also. You see, I make space for the banana to grow again, because I want to have some bananas, plantains, to be sure. And look how the pruned material of the almond trees used to chop and drop. I chop and drop them all and put them back on the soil. The coconut will grow now as emergent as it is. You see, he can grow now. He can get sunlight. He will grow towards sunlight. Same for the date tree. So yeah, the almond tree is only biomass. They produce a lot of biomass, as you can see on the soil. But the dates and the coconuts, they producing fruits. Almonds are also very nice, but we don't do nothing with it yet in the island. So I'm standing on the sapadillo tree, mispel as they call it here. There's some aloe vera, and this banana tree is also completely taken over by the almonds. I liberated it also, make space for him. So I can grow bananas. You see, this is natural progression, it's nothing strange. Bananas are not there for always in the food forest, but they've been succeeded, especially what I learned from Syntropic forestry. Coconut tree. I pruned the neem tree. There was a neem tree standing here. I pruned it. Because neem are also perfect biomass. They are invasive, but so I didn't plant any neem tree, but they came here voluntarily, and I cut them now voluntary, mandatory. Banana tree. I also liberated this one. So I have some bananas. You know, the first time when I came back, you know, last week when I came back, I thought that all my bananas were lost, but I found more and more bananas. So yeah, still existing, but under the canopies of the other trees. So that's why I open up the canopies for them to grow again. The eucalyptus and date, and this is cashew. Beautiful date tree and the eucalyptus. The grass I pruned also. You remember the elephant grass or Napier grass that I planted as windbreak? I pruned it so now it can grow again. I make a path here because it wasn't possible to walk here. I pruned a lot of watakeli. They're giving a very interesting biomass, dark green. The leaves will turn them to black very soon when you prune them. My oldest date tree. There were 2 watakelis growing there. I pruned them completely. Give space for the date. The date needs full spectrum of sunlight. It is a sabal palm again. Medicinal for the prostate. And this banana tree I also liberated. See, it will catch sunlight now again. This also the plantains, I mean. Took away also most of the brown leaves of the bananas, put them back on the soil where they belong. Pruned. Here you see I pruned the neems, and what I did with the neem. Very good biomass, very good mulch, green mulch, nitrogen rich mulch. This neem tree was very big, much higher than the roof, much higher than the antenna. The orange tree, and this was the star fruit carambola. You see another carambola. How I organized the eucalyptus on the soil. Sour sops. You see, I organized the eucalyptus on top of the soil. Eucalyptus is a very good biomass tree. Also, another carambola. So this is giving like a life injection to the system. Coconut tree, my oldest coconut tree. And this, you see how I organize the mulch. Banana leaves, Napier grass, and eucalyptus, coconut trees, leaves. The pomerac tree, it produced more berries since last week. There. So definitely I will eat my belly full because these are one of my favorite fruits. I'm very happy to see that this tree survived because I planted them before and they died. You see it looks like a chaos, but it's, it's how the forest organizes itself also, but we exaggerate as humans. So instead of putting a thin layer, we can put layers like 40 centimeters on top of the soil, protecting it and igniting new life. Because your bacteria love it, the fungi love it. You see, I put a neem here. You see, all this organic material, new life. Mulch, thank you very much. This date tree that was completely shaded, it will grow now. You see the malva, oregano, Lipia alpa growing there. That was my undercover, understorb. And I also open up. You don't see it yet, but I pruned away all the Basora paretus, black pyramid bush. Noni that broke down because of the weight of the eucalyptus that fell down. See this created also chaos in the oregano herbs or Lipia alba. I pruned all the neem trees here. There were a lot of neem trees growing here, like 15, you see? 15 neem trees I pruned, so now you can see the date tree and the coconut tree again. The soursop is also very thankful, and I organized all this neem underneath the date and the coconut, so they will they profit from it. That's nature. Nothing will ever go down. Nothing will ever be lost. Life, it takes just another shape. Yeah. You see the coconut tree beautifully. I still can't remember the name of this blood pressure herb. This is my water catchment, Here this how I harvest water from one single roof. This is only a small part of the roof. Normally the swimming pool should be full, but the hose was broken down. I had to correct it again, so now I will harvest more rainwater. There can be 17,000 liters can be filled in this swimming pool. You see the herbs again? I wish I could, if you could smell the herbs, the herbs are so sweet smelling. The kapok tree or the cotton silk tree, the holy tree in the Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean traditions. You shouldn't cut down the tree like this because then your bad luck will follow you. You see the canopies, tamarind, almond, soursop, aki, the Lipia alba, oregano or marva herbs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this piece of the forest very much. So I clear the path so we can walk here again. Yeah, almond trees, moringa here, and pyramid bushes coming through. The fruit trees, and you see there's a beautiful soursop tree. Beautiful, beautiful soursop, and also guava. And you see here the aki. No, not really, but what there behind was an aki. I should take out the karawara still, it's still there. But no problem, they don't compete yet. Soursop. Planted them in the first case for the medicinal leaves, the leaves. Beautiful leaves, and they smell sweet. You are in paradise if you touch them. Really, I love soursop. My favorite fruit, and also it's very beneficial as tea. To drink it as tea. You can sleep sweet, against cancer. Guava. Another soursop. See, I cleared the path. So I cut down the Basora cora. In this case, the Basora pretu, the pyramid bush. Find another soursop. Date tree. And behind there is a coconut tree also. You see the soursop again. I planted about 40 soursops. They are my favorite. Really, they are my favorites. So this has been open now, but I think the oregano will take over again. Banana, I found a banana here again, so they liberated also the banana. I found quite some bananas after good looking. I'm happy that they survived, giving them better opportunities for them to grow big again. I love this piece of the forest. It was really dense. Now a little bit open because of the eucalyptus branch that fell down. What I like about this forest is the density. You see how dense everything is growing. Not competing, but growing densely. And there's layers there, you know, and underneath the trees the oregano, the malva is growing. So, you know, there's no real evaporation taking place. Water will be conserved underneath those canopies. That's a nice thing. You see the wind is blowing, but not all the wind is entering the forest. Most of the wind will be blowing up top of the forest, over the forest, irritating clouds. Maybe irritate them enough to let them some water fall. And this wind will cool down the forest, make condensation possible. So by planting a forest, we also repair water cycles at the first place by this effect. Dense planted, densely. I love the density of this forest. Moringa. Yeah. And you should feel the coolness of the place, you know. Outside the forest, the sun is burning hot. You know, Curacao is hot.